Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Life with Joyce fashion show. Okay, on today's video we'll cut senator top with an embroidery at the face, at the front part, at the front side of the senator. So before we start that, before we start cutting, this is the measurement we use for today's cutting. Okay, so let's get started. So the first thing we'll do is to fold our material into two parts. I just folded the back side. Okay, then another thing is to remove 3 inches from the downside of this senator. This is the downside and this is the upper side of the senator. So we'll remove 3 inches from here because of the shoulder slant. Just listen attentively so that you understand this video. Okay, so remove 3 inches from here. 3 inches, 3 inches, 3 inches, 3 inches, 3 inches. Then at this part, we'll remove 2 inches for the back line. In male senator, there is a back a back there is a design at the back side of the senator. So we use 2 inches because this cloth is on fold. It's supposed to be 4 inches. Yeah, you can also use 1.5 depending on how fat or how slim the person is. So in this case, this person is huge, so make use of 2 inches for him. Okay, the back side of the senator, that's design at the back. If you want it to be broad and flat, you need to use the front parts of the senator while folding. Okay, but if you want to make a slim line design at that back side, you make use of the back side of the senator. So this is I'm trying to make a design, a flat design at the back side. That is why I use the front of the senator. This is the front of this senator. Okay, so after that we'll place our, see what I did, see what I did. So after this is what I did. So after this, we'll place our front side of this material. The front side will make use of the back side because there is nothing to be added. We will not add any other extra distance at the front side. Another thing I will do now is to remove 1 inch. I want to put the length of this senator, so we'll remove 1 inch. Okay, remove 1 inch and mark the length of the senator. So our length is 36 plus 4 inches for folding allowance, which is 40 inches. So mark 40 inches here. Don't forget to add your folding and sewing allowance while cutting. This is the length of the senator. So the next thing we'll do right here is to put our shoulder. Our shoulder is 21.5 divided by 2. We'll have 10 and 6/8. 10 and 6/8 plus ½ inch. We'll now have 11 1/4. Okay, so we'll mark 11 1/4 throughout. 11 and quarter. So at this point, we'll first and remove the shoulder slant. We'll first and remove the shoulder slants. We'll remove 2 inches. We can also remove 2.5 depending on how slant his shoulder is. So in this case, I'll make use of 2 inches. From these 2 inches, I'll slant the shoulder. Okay, like this. If you are with tape, if you are with ruler, you can also make use of your ruler. But in this case, I'm making use of my tape. You see, very accurate. So at this point, we'll now find. Okay, this is the front side. So we'll make sure that the this down part of this front side will start from this where the 3 inches line ends. Okay, so arrange your material very well. So after this, the next thing we'll do is to start cutting our senator. While cutting a male senator, make sure that you remove these 3 inches for the shoulder slant. Okay, that's the beauty of male senator. Even in so many cases, in so many female senators self, you also see it there. Okay, so now our armpit line. Our armpit line for a chest of 44 will make use of 10 inches. And this place, 10 inches, or even 9.5. Okay, let's make use of 9.5. So mark it like this, 9.5. Immediately after the 9.5, you put your chest. Our chest is 44 plus 5 inch. The 5 inch is for freeness. You know, in a senator, there is nothing like zip for male senators, so that is why we do add extra allowance for freeness. In some cases, if the person wants it to be very fitted, you can use 3 inches and above, 3 inches or 4 inches. But in this case, he wants it to be normal. So I made use of 5 inches. So 44 plus 5 inches is 49 divided by 2. Divided by 2. 49 divided by 2, 24.5 divided by another 2, 12 and quarter. You mark, then you add your sewing allowance 1.5 inches. Okay. Then at this point, you measure this line 9.5, find the midpoint of this 9.5, which is 4 and 6/8. And at this midpoint, you remove half inch, then you curve. Watch closely what I'm doing. Curve it like this and bring it out like this. You see what I did? This is how to curve a male armpit hole. Okay. Then immediately after this, you come down a little bit and you put your stomach. Our stomach is 42 plus 5, 47. Divided by 2, 23.5. By under 2, 11 and 6/8. Mark plus our sewing allowance. Then you join. So next thing we'll do here is to remember to put your slit line, slits, slits, your slits opening. We'll make use of. Remember that we removed 4 inches for folding allowance, so the distance will be 3.5. And this thing will be 3.5. Why not do it like this? At this point, we'll put our slit line, slit length. So before then, you remove your folding allowance. We used 4 inches, but I used the 3.5 now because of the half-inch sewing allowance up. So now be 3.5. Then from this point, we put our opening, our slit opening. We make use of, let's use 7 inches. Okay, 7 inches will do. So at this point, you come up a little bit and you put your hip measurements. Our hip is 46 plus 5, 51 divided by 2, 25.5 divided by another 2, which is 25.5, which is 12 and 6 over 8 plus 1.5 plus 1 inch. Let's add 1 inch here. Our material is not enough. So you curve at this point. Okay. And this is what I did there. You curve at that point. So let us cut. Please, if there is any question, anyone at all, don't hesitate to leave me on the comment section. Don't hesitate to write it down on the comment section. Okay. Let's see how I'm cutting. I just made a little mistake here. Immediately after you have measured your shoulder slant with 2 inches, you now bring down this place. Remember that this was here before. You now bring it down. Okay. To be on the same line with the back side. Then after that, we now fold this backwards. See what I've done? Then at this point, you mark a straight line. This point will now be our starting point. And from there, we'll measure our shoulder. Our shoulder is 21.5 divided by 2, which is 10 and 6 over 8 plus half inch. We'll get 11.25. You see? 11.25. 11.25. Mark 11.25. Then we'll put our armhole line. We'll make use of 10.5 for a chest of 44. 10.5. You see? Then at this point, let's get the midpoint. Midpoint of 10.5 is 5.25. Then we'll come in by half inch. By half inch. Then we'll curve. Make our curve. Please, please, please. I just made a little mistake here. Then we cut. Please, if there is any confusion at this point, don't hesitate to say it on the comment section. And please, if you find this video so helpful, don't forget to subscribe so that in our next video you'll be updated in our next video. Okay. And at this point we'll notch. We put a notch at this point to indicate our folding allowance point. Okay. You see what we have done so far. You see the shape here. You see. So the next thing we'll do now is to cut our neck. But before then, we have to measure the armhole circumference. We'll use it and cut our arm, which is 12 and a half. 12 and a half. See what I did? I just folded as if I folded with ½ inch, assuming that I've sewn it before I measured here. Then just cut our neck. Our neck is 19. For a neck of 19 inches, at this part, we'll make use of 2 and 6/8. 2 and 6/8. And at the depth side, we'll make use of 4 inches from this part. So let us just mark the neck and see whether it is rhyming to our measurements. At this point, you curve. See what I did? Don't you see? I curved at this point. That's what I did. So let us measure and see whether we did a nice work. 19 divided by 2. No, this is unfold. Divided by 2 is 9.5. So let us see whether this is up to 9.5. Okay. You see? 9.5. Please, any question, I'm pleading and I'm begging. For your own good, so that I'll verify. I will make you to understand what we did here. Okay. See? So we have to cut. While cutting this back side, we need to extend it like this. Just cut. No question. Huh? We cut like this. We reach here. We curve. see, this is our neck. The next thing we'll do right now is to pin up this part, this back part. I'll spread the material and I'm trying to guys see what I did. See what I did. This is the back center of the senator. See what I did. So let me show you guys what our neck looks like. See? You see? This is our neck. Let me bring the camera closer. This is our neck. This is what it looks like. Let us cut our sleeve. Let's cut our sleeve. This is our sleeve. Our full sleeve length is 8 inches plus 4 inch for folding allowance, then half inch plus half inch for sewing allowance, which is 12 and a half. So mark 12 and a half here. 12 and a half. Then at this point, we'll reduce here by 2.5 inches. There will be shoulder here. The shoulder will be here. So after the reduction, we'll now give it an armhole shape like this. You guys will really learn how to curve your armhole. You see the curve. Then at this point, you put your round sleeve. There are two round sleeves there, which is round sleeves 17 and 16 inches. So 17 will be here. 17 divided by 2 is 8 and 6 over 8. Then 6 over 8 plus 1.5 inch. You can also do plus 1 inch. Then here will be 16. 8 divided by 2, 8 plus 1.5, 9.5. 0.4 plus 1 inch. You see? Point to notch to indicate the center of the sleeve. Okay, you see? So let us